What's up, everybody? My name's Flames, and this is going to be the very first video on my YouTube channel. And I'm mostly going to be uploading like gaming videos and stuff like that. But I've tried a lot of things in my life, and I never really put God first. Matter of fact, this is the first time I'm holding my Bible in my hands in a couple months. Like, it's literally just been sitting over there in the corner of my room, not being used at all. And I was thinking, like, how my life is right now. I'm working right now, I'm not in school, so I'm just like, I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to, it's no way to live my life. Jesus is gonna come back soon, and I don't want to just work my life away, bro. Like, that's not what I want for myself. I want to, I want to move on to bigger and better things, and there's only so much I can do. So in order to, like I was saying, in order to be able to, start everything off, I want my very first video to be me reading Genesis 1:1, because that's the start of, humanity. That's the start of the Bible. God created the earth, and this is the start of my YouTube channel. So, it kind of corresponds. And my goal is to, for every gaming video, I want to have at least one God-based video, or, reading of a chapter. I want to, every single day I'm going to post, me reading through the Bible, starting with Genesis 1:1. And it's going to go, all the way till I'm at the end of the Bible. By the time I get to the New Testament, I'm gonna have an audience. I'm gonna have a good enough audience to where I can really talk about, Jesus. And I know a decent amount about the Bible, but I have not been living for God. How do I tell you? At all. I have not been living for God. I've been doing my own worldly desires, and this is partially to be able to help me get back on track. So the consistency, the uploading every day, the holding myself accountable, that the promise I made to God. God is gonna, bro, he's gonna bless me for, bro. I'm not saying he's 100% gonna bless me. I'm not saying it's gonna happen right away, but God is gonna honor this. And it might sound crazy, man. Like, you can really, like, if you have a relationship with God, and you talk to him, and you're able to, you pray to him, he will talk to you back. And everybody has a calling. So, if I do this, if I talk about him and I put him first in my content, and I make it so, my content is, stuff that was originally just going to be stuff that I wanted to do. But if I mix God into that and make sure, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make, maybe a 2K video, Terraria video, playthrough video on a certain game, this, that, and that other. I think I'm either going to do the exact same amount of gaming videos and gospel videos, or I'm going to always have it to where I will always have more Christian videos on my channel versus gaming videos. Because in that sense, I'm literally putting God ahead of everything else. This is what I want to do. This is what my flesh wants to do. This is what I want to do. This is what God wants me to do. I need to put it above me. So in order for him to be able to bless me with what I want to do, I gotta put the work in for God. I gotta be able to, even though I have 0 subscribers right now. I haven't showed anybody. I got nothing. I got nada. But it's okay. This is my Genesis 1:1. I'm gonna start. This is what I'm gonna start with. This is what, you get what I'm trying to say. So, haven't opened this guy up in a very long time. How do I tell you? Now, guys, this is powerful stuff right here, because I'm gonna look back on this. Who knows how long? I'm gonna look back on this, and it's gonna be a telling video, man. Like, it's gonna be a telling video. I'm gonna look back And even, you know, people don't believe or whatever, like something great is gonna come out of this. I know it for a fact. I've been told for a fact. This is the start of something special, but I have to stay true. The only way, God says, the only way for this to work is if you put me first. I'm gonna put God first. I'm gonna put God first. Okay, so now we're about to be reading the very first chapter of Genesis, Genesis 1:1. This is my Genesis 1:1, and this is the Genesis 1:1. I'm gonna read the chapter, and then I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna kind of give like a debrief after of what I think about it, and you know that's gonna be it. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw that the light was good. And God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness be called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." And God made the expanse and separated the waters that were under the expanse from the waters that were above the expanse. And it was so. And God called the expanse heaven. And there was evening and there was morning, the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth. And the waters that were gathered together he called seas. God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth sprout vegetation, plants, yielding seed, and fruit trees bearing fruit, which is their seed, each according to its kind, on the earth." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed according to their own kinds, and trees bearing fruit in which their seed, each according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, the third day. So basically, this is God create. Like, so far, I'm not done, obviously, but this is God basically, you know, showing how he created the earth and the order in which he created everything. So, you know, he started making the day and the night, and then the sea and the heavens and the earth. It's just going through like the chronological order, and we don't know what these days really mean for real. They're like, you know, his day might not, it could be like a regular day and night, but you never, like, you know, I've heard before, it could be, you know, advanced, like it could be, his day could be like a very long time compared to us, because God's time is different, you know, because God actually created the world backwards, like in his head. Like he started with the end, and he went all the way back to the beginning. So that's how, you know, we know that God is omnipotent, because everything, he knows what we're going to do before we do it, because he created the world from the end back to the start. So we have free will in the decisions we're going to make, but since he created the world backwards to relative on how our time works, he already knows the decisions we're going to make. So we have free will, but God is so smart and omnipotent, and he knows everything that's going on, to where, you know, yeah, you have a decision on what you're going to do. You know you're going to do something. God already knows what you're going to choose, because he knows everything. And God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons, and for days and years. And let them be lights in the expanse of the heavens to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night, the sun and the moon. and the stars. And God set them in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth, to rule over the day and the night, to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning the fourth day. And God said, let the water swarm with swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the heavens. So God created the great sea creatures and every living creature that moves, which was the water swarm according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let birds multiply upon the earth. So now on this day, God, is adding all the animals to the earth. And there was evening and there was morning the fifth day. So this is the fifth day. God's still in the middle of creating the earth, and everything that we've gone over so far is just basically, obviously, saying each day on what he created on each day. And God said, let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kinds, livestock and creeping things and beasts of the earth according to their kinds. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to their kinds, and the livestock according to their kinds, and everything that creeps on the ground according to its kind. God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us make man in our image and after our likeness, and let them have domination over the fish of the sea, and over the birds in the heavens, and over the livestock, and all over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him, male and female, he created him. So this is basically saying, kind of how, humans, obviously, we're more intelligent than all the other animal creatures. He's basically just saying, us humans we're gonna have animals are for us to use, basically. They're either helpers or food, whatever the fact, but us humans obviously are above these creatures, and the creatures are meant for us, basically, as man and woman. And God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it. Have domination over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over every living thing that moves on the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the face of the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit. You shall have them for food. And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the heavens, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has the breath of life, I have given every green plant for food. And it was so. And God said everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was the evening, and there was the morning of the sixth day. Now, that is the end of Genesis 1:1. The next chapter is talking about the seventh day, which is a day of rest, which, a little bit of foreshadowing here, it talks about, things change. This channel, I'm not a pastor, okay? I fuck up, I sin every day. I don't entirely even know what I'm talking about, but, the Holy Spirit works in such ways when you start to explain stuff, you'll realize stuff that you didn't even know, because the Holy Spirit, is very real. God will talk to you and put stuff on your heart. So, me reading the Bible, I learned a lot from my dad. My dad's a very good man, but, God, if you read the Bible on your own, God can teach you in spirit. And, the next chapter is basically going to be about the seventh day. And from what it looks like, I haven't even read this in forever, probably years and years since I read Genesis. And honestly, I've only read, I read most of the New Testament, not the whole thing. I haven't read a lot of the Old Testament besides Proverbs. So, this is a lot of, it's for me, but it's for you, but it's also for me in a sense. This is gonna hold me accountable, because like I said, I haven't even opened my Bible in forever. How can I call myself a Christian? A follower of Jesus. How can I call myself a follower of Jesus if I don't even read his book? I don't even talk to him no more. I strayed away from God in my life. Since I strayed away from God, it's a little bit. I'm chilling, but like, if you would have asked 16-year-old, I'm 19. If you would have asked 16-year-old me what I would be doing with my life right now, the answer would not be what I'm doing right now. And I had to be humbled. I had to be humbled. I thought I was the shit. I thought I was the shit. I'm not. I'm a peon. I'm an imbecile. But it's alright. Because I'm going to trust in God. God is going to change my life. I promise you. I'm going to put my faith in Him. You're going to see. You do the same thing. You keep up. You do this with me. Me and you. We're going to get better together, bro. We're going to... See, for people watching this, and this video might only have like 5 views. No troll. I got no subscribe. I got no clout. I got none. But you're gonna see my growth. You're gonna see the start, and this is a big ass. How do I flip it? This is a big book, bro. I only read just a little bit, bro. I read a page and a half. A page and a half of a book. This book is like thousands of pages. So, I mean, I'll be seeing y'all for 3-4 years to come. I'm recording this off of my phone. I got a PC that's fucking broken, doesn't work. I got a laptop. I got an Xbox. And I got nothing, bro. Y'all about to see me level up spiritually with God. And I'm excited to take y'all on this journey with me. I love y'all. I appreciate, even if I just have one viewer, I appreciate that one viewer, you know. And you know, the first people viewing this channel, I'm gonna get y'all right when I'm caught up, I promise. And listen, but it's not even about that right now. It's just about I messed up, and me doing these videos, even if it's gonna help 1, 2, 3 people, not really worried about views at all. I'm just, you know, trying to figure things out. And, you know, I just put my faith in God, man. Gotta put my faith in God. Love y'all, boys. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Eventually, I'm gonna have some gaming content. Obviously, you know, I'm gonna be reading the Bible every day for y'all. And love y'all, boys. Peace.